Today I'm gonna look at Taiwan, and if you don't know, Taiwan, it's one of those country, let's call it for now, in Asia. You can see it right here, very close to the coast of China. Now, everybody knows the political between China and Taiwan. It's pretty, let's say, on the edge right now. I don't know, I didn't study that much the subject, but from what I understand, Taiwan is pretty much the old Chinese government before the communist revolution, and as you can imagine, when a government retreats on the island and the main island is taken by, let's say, by a revolution, even today you can see it's not going to end well, and also the tension between those two countries, as I think most of the other countries consider Taiwan a country. I think the United States doesn't, from what I see, and also not China doesn't see that Taiwan is a country. They see Taiwan is part of the China, but that is pretty much political, and we are interested right now in how exactly Taiwan is look from the inside out. Let's see. So it's an island, but you can see here it's pretty much half of that, I would say, covered by mountains, and the other half it's on the low ground, and as the laws of physics dictates, the low part of the country, it's facing direct to China, so that will be pretty much very easy, I would say, to invade then against the mountain area, which on the other side of the island it's pretty much a mountains. You can see, so everybody knows it's much harder to invade when you have mountains in front of you than when you have pretty much a low ground. But like I say, that's pretty much political, and we're not interested in that. Now, obviously, those let's say lands here, right here, is pretty much destined for agriculture, as you can see from above. But I am interested, first of all, in the mountain area, how they look, and also how the city is looking. Taiwan is one of those very developed countries, and you can see it even by just judging by the Google Street View. You're gonna see why, because pretty much everything it's taking picture, and you have images from everywhere. Now let's go in the mountains, because like I say, I'm much more interested in this part, and I never imagined Taiwan, especially look at this. Yeah, you can have faces in Taiwan, probably not all of them, but most of them. I never imagined actually going on vacation here, and I don't know anyone who was there, but when I think Taiwan, all I can see and think it's pretty much huge cities with a lot of population inside them, and very, very, very high tech. I don't think can I think of a country that is that much high tech than Taiwan. I think pretty much everyone's there buys let's say CPUs and GPUs, especially at the launch at a minimum price. I know it's not true, but this is how I think when you say about Taiwan, minimum price, very fast, the first to put their hands on them, and also everybody has like probably the latest and greatest things there. This is how you feel about Taiwan. I know it's not exactly like that, but you have some ideas about these countries. Now, the road here, actually in the mountains, look at it. It looks like a brand new road, and those images was from May 2024, so very recently. And look at this. They are very narrow, but I guess they don't have that wide carts here. It's not like in America when you can have pretty much a truck that in Europe you're gonna need pretty much a bus license to drive it. But yeah, so far so good. I want to see, let's check a city, but not the main one yet, or maybe a village or a town, a small one. Let's see how actually they look inside them. So I don't think this is a very expensive area, a high-end area, but still is looking pretty decent. I don't see this one, it's inside. I think I can count it as a garbage on the street, but it looks pretty clean. And you have those palm trees here, which is make you feel like you are at the tropics. The house is obviously pretty much anything Asian from that part of the continent. It's standard, very narrow, small, Also the car very narrow, very small, the same thing. But it doesn't look bad actually. Actually, it looks kind of clean and interesting, and it gives me some. It looks like a tropical Japan in my opinion so far from what I see now. It's kind of the same thing so far, and I like it. It does look nice. That was a Ford. That's pretty much an European car there. You can see it even in Europe. You can see it in Taiwan. It's something. Let's go on the tip of the island. Let's see what we can find here. Probably a very good 360. Like I say, you can see we are very good images. Clearly they like technology here, because I don't know if you can find an old bad image as we find in the Red Sea last time. So yeah, it really looks nice, but can you imagine invading on this type of land here, just running on this thing, on these rocks? No way. I like it. You have this wood trail here. It looks very nice. Now imagine living here, besides let's say the China pressure and all the war that's waiting and stuff like that. It doesn't look like a bad place to live, like I say. And then usually those places, you don't think, like I say, they are very emerged in technology, but we know everybody pretty much, I think, I don't know, 70% or something like that from the world chip coming from here, from TSMC. So look at this, an old Volvo. So we have some Swedish influence here. That is definitely Swedish, because it was an old one, not the new one when the Chinese take over the Volvo. So clearly that was 100% Swedish influence there. Again, it looks nice. It looks like it really looks like a tropic a tropic Japan, which is a very good combo in my opinion, a very good one. You have the sun, you have the heat, and probably even the people are very good, because I can see from here the streets are actually very, very clean, and the roads are nice. Not that many people, at least from those pictures. I cannot understand the word, but I wish they have translate for every single one of those in English too, but probably they don't get that many tourists here, so they don't feel compelled to do it. They have here central head and can think. Look at this, all this word, only 2 letters here. See, much more efficient language. Yeah, look at this house. It looks like you're Caribbean here, for God's sake. There's no way you think you're here in a Taiwan, in an Asian country. It looks like a Caribbean in my opinion. So yeah, so far I really like it. Let's go further. And it's actually pretty big. It's not that small as I expected. Let's go here on the coastline. Let's see on the beach. Let's see how the beach looks on the other side of the island. Not bad. I think those are prepared for invasion, I guess. That's why they have it, or to, I don't know, when you have big waves to not wash away the land there. Let's go with that. So yeah, not that many people again. The plage, the beaches looks nice. The beach is nice, very nice. Let's check this one here. Let's see if we can find something that doesn't look that bad, that great. But so far everything looks great. Look at it. It feels like Hawaii here. You have that Hawaii vibe. If you show me those pictures right here, I would say, yeah, that's Hawaii, 100%. So see, you don't have to go in Hawaii to vacation. You can change it up with Taiwan, and also get some CPUs while you are there. Yeah, like I said, look at how fast it is loading, and also how clear the images are. I like it. And probably we can go with a motorcycle on a car right there to just explore the world. That's weird. Why they have those things here? This is probably the agriculture sector, 100%. And this is, I'm not sure, but it looks like rice to me. And there's, oh, look at those 3. They keep them exactly in place. They didn't want to chop them up. It looks nice. I mean, clean fields. Like I say, I think it's rice. I'm not an expert, but it looks like that. And clearly this is the, they have those for the water. Those small dams, you can see here, they have water. It is actually very nice. So what you can expect from these parts is pretty much agriculture. I'm not gonna stay here and check every single one of them, but it looks like that. Let's go here. Let's see if we find something that is not on the standard, I would say, the clean standard. But no, still cleaning. Not that many people, but of course, yeah, in the south part of the island, I think, southeast. So a 7-Eleven, which I think right now is Japanese, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I really like it. Look at these open fields, small, efficient cars. You don't need those huge one like we have even in Europe right now. We have huge cars, not just in America. And yeah, I really like it. You have rice pretty much everywhere you go, so you cannot starve here. Let's see, let's go on the northern part of the island. Let's go for in the countryside, and then we go back to the big city. Oh, this looks like a resort, I think. I'm not gonna check that, things like too many people there. I want to see the beach, but first I want to see this part here. I think it's a trail, somebody just walk here. Yeah, look at it. The quality here is not that great, but we have to find something that is not perfect, obviously. You can have a clean swing here. The beach is nice, I like it. A bit of a garbage here, so that's, I would say I don't like that much. But overall, not hugely bad. Probably they have a hurricane or typhoon or something and didn't clean it so far. And in a city area, I think they keep it pretty clean. That's always I look for the how clean is the city and how the road looks like. If you have those two things, pretty much everything else can be fixed and done much easier. This is a kindergarten or what? It looks pretty interesting, I would say. They paint the whole building. And I think this is not a good area, 100%, but still, look at this, still looking clean. You have bicycles. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those small houses. I think in Japan we have that small streets. They look much better than those ones. This one doesn't have the same appealing. But probably even in Japan we didn't find all the huge or the insanely bad area, but I don't know how you can fit a car here. What kind of car from these pictures it's, and I think this guy walking, I don't think it's in a car, but yeah, it's pretty narrow, but probably you can fit one of those small ones. But I will not attack that street with one of those Lexus. And the cars, yeah, they're not that old, so clearly they have some good wages here. The bus station, I want to check that. Here is another one. There, keep it clean. Look, if you have bus station clean with no graffiti, no sticker on them, that means people are very well educated there. That's the first sign you wanna see in a country. You have those bus station clean. That means it's a well educated country. Oh, what car is this? We have a BMW here. Yeah, so they have some European cars also, and I don't think they are that cheap to import, especially if you live on the island. Life on the island is never cheap. I think, I'm not sure, but I think the city, I don't know which one is the main one, but I know they have that huge tower. I don't know if they have 3D buildings. Yeah, they have. Look at this, it's huge. And what are those? Why they have those red spots here? What they grow here? Oh, nothing. Oh, it could be something, but I'm not sure. Obviously they plant something here, but I'm not sure exactly what. And also they have some dirt roads. Those are pines, pine tree. It looks interesting from above, just a spot of color right there. And you have pretty much anything in a concrete and green. You have a very reddish color there. Let's go. I want to check if we can see some inside the city, but I know they have one of those huge nice towers, but I'm not gonna look right now into it. Just want to see how the city looks. Let's go very quickly here. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, we have a river right in the middle of the city with some green. Look at this concrete, and here, boom, we have some green. So it's a nice concept. I really hate those buildings. Like I said, those scream communist era 100%. When you see something like that, never will. Look at this, how nice this small one it is, and you can have a parking space in front of your house. And then we go with one of those monstrosity here. That, for me, it's a deal breaker if you have to live in one of those and you don't have other choice. That I really hate. Huge cities here on the west coast. It's pretty much city and agriculture. Let's go. I think there's one of the small towns, but again, look at it, looks nice. The houses are not something that I would call it very modern. This one is pretty much modern, but those ones I would not call it very modern. And I don't know why this guy have those branches here, but who knows, maybe it's a tradition or something. I like those enter, but those small ones, yeah, just doesn't look that good at all. But like I said, anything else is not that bad. And pretty much, look at this, in every town you have one of those. Oh, this one doesn't look great at all. I don't like this one. I think we got in a bad part, but the entrance is very nice. Everybody have a pink scooter, and this one I really like it. But again, not that many people, and it's 2021. Yeah, maybe it was a pandemic year. Maybe that's why. I don't know how they deal with the pandemic, how many rules they have. If they break some freedoms, let's say, for the sake of the saving something. This is a lake. Ooh, we have a sea, you can have the lake, you can have the mountains. Not that great quality, I would say, from this guy. I don't know what he's using, but I expected more. Let's check someone else. Maybe we can. Let's check on the road here. Maybe we can find better. I really like the roads. I mean, they are very, very well maintained. And look at this part. Very nice. Ooh, nice roof. They look nice. I don't know what to say there, but like I say, it gives you that sometimes a Hawaii vibe, sometimes a Caribbean one, and also some tropical Japan. Maybe we can find here some picture on the lake. So now the lake is gone pretty much and dry out in 2021, and you can just walk on it. Or probably it's summer, so you can actually try the entire lake, because that's how it looks like. They have a dam. I saw it somewhere there. In this one, it's a dam right here, but you can just dry the whole lake out. Yeah, I want to check the mountains area 100%. Let's check how actually it looks in 3D relief. Oh, too fast. Because the city, pretty much you can find a million pictures from the cities, but from these parts with the lakes and what else we can find, I don't think you can find it very easily, especially on the map, on the internet. Yeah, still weird. I don't know. We are on the lake. We are not. What's happening? I know it's a wrong tag picture. Let's check this one here. It should be right here on the edge of the lake. Yeah, they pretty much, no, they have some lakes in it drying out every time. But it looks very wild, I would say, in this part. And this one, it's pretty much an aquatic park. And this one, it's a garden, 100%. Very nice, indeed. It looks nice. I mean, look at this. You have some sort of a castle there. Oh, where you got one? You have a park here. The weather, I don't know how temperature it is there, but it looks like it's not insanely hot. I want to see the mountains now. Let's check the if you had one of those peaks, how actually it looks from here. We have some sort of platform here. Have some flowers, some people hiking. This one took a picture here. So it looks like you have a combination between a mountain, you have also some lakes, you have the beach. You are pretty settled. Can we have some, let's see which altitude it is, because this one, it looks very high. So 3,800 meters. Whoa, that is actually very, very high elevation. What are those? Looks weird, I don't know. And the quality, as expected. It looks nice. I really like it. I don't know what here it's saying. Probably, yeah, 3,860 meters. Google says 3,827 meters. So someone's lying, but we don't know exactly who. But yeah, it looks nice. They are very. Can you imagine fighting on this altitude? You're gonna be out of the breath immediately. And probably they have some higher peaks. Let's check this one. It looks like you see many pictures here. They can be much higher. It can be 4,000. And this one doesn't work. Let's check this one. It could be much higher. No, they say it's smaller, but you have snow. And look at this guy. I have a snowman. Yeah, I don't know exactly which is the highest peak in Taiwan, but we already find 3,800 meters, so it could be 4,000. Let's see, what do we have here on this part? It's gonna be another major city. Let's check on this side here in the edges. You know what? I always like those roads when they are at a level with the ground and not raise up. Always a good choice in my book. And this house, it looks a bit modern, but not hugely modern, but much better than the small ones. And I have no idea how tall this fence it is, but I don't think it does much than just this is my property and this is the the city property. That's it, because you can pretty much jump that fences with just put one hand on them. It looks that easy. But I like it. Not overdevelopment. You can see in other parts, in other cities, especially at the edges. This one is the modern house. Look how nice it looks. But again, I don't see the point of the fence. Why you have so much concrete? You can have all those green here. Why you have so much concrete? Doesn't make any sense. And it's gonna cost a lot of money just to put that there. They have water for sure for this rice, I guess. If they're rice, I'm not sure. I like this part here. It's not better. Oh, look, have some small island here. Oh, look at this. Let's check this one very quick. Oh, right on the edge. Right now. How many? 400 meters? That is higher than that. Oh, look how nice it is. You can see the water. You can see the beach. Let's go down to that beach because I think I saw something. No, not 360. On this one. Let's go on this one. They have a lake there, or what is that? Okay, not that great quality. I don't like it that much, but I think there is a no. Oh no, it's a lake here. You have the ocean and the lake. See, if you don't trust the ocean, you can go here in the lake. Look at this, have a statue here. Not bad. What is that there? Probably an error. Not bad. This island is not bad at all. So if you want to go in Taiwan, you can check this island here on the northeast coast. They have this one too. I'm not sure it's a Taiwan, part of Taiwan, but probably it is. You have an airport here and a very huge city, I would say, for this island. Let's check this one because I think it's not one of those good areas. See, I have an eye for those, but still very clean, very nice. And you can buy some clothes here. Everybody rides a scooter. And what, 2022, so yeah, probably still in the lockdown. Not that many people on the street, but a lot of scooters, so probably everybody's in the house and the scooters are on the street. They have garbage, but they are very well packed, so probably they're waiting for the garbage truck to pick them up. A different, I would say a different, look at this, how many, a different look at the Taiwan. Not just the main cities, not just the overall aspect that everybody expect from them. And this one probably is pretty much used as a military part because you have a lot of those small airports here. You can use it for landing aircraft, especially military one, very easily. And this one is look like an air like a runway for a plane in somebody yard. Yeah, that was pretty much Taiwan, I think. It's now let's go on a 3D tour real quick and we finish this one. So mountains which are very high. I didn't expect to see almost, probably you can see one of them just being over 4,000 meters, but we find 100% 3,800 meters, so it could be higher than that. I didn't check before. I usually don't check before making those videos, just look at the map and say, okay, we're gonna visit this one today, let's see how it looks. Actually, it was very nice. Like I say, the vibe that I get from this island called Taiwan, it's some part from Hawaii, some part from a tropical Japan. Also, like I saw those huge apartment buildings, something from the communist era, let's say, from the communist China, and Soviet Union also. When you have those huge apartments, very gray, very dark, very unwelcoming, but overall it doesn't look bad, I would say. So yeah, that was a nice trip, I would say, very quickly. And if you want to go there, I'm not sure how easy it is to get in Taiwan. If you need a visa, the plane tickets, especially from Europe and also from America, because it's pretty much, I think, the same distance, I would say. Yeah, I would say pretty much the same one. I don't think they're that cheap, but still, probably it's worth visiting, and not just the main cities with those huge towers. You can see even the mountains and the beaches and the countryside also, because it's nice. So yeah, that was the video. If you are from Taiwan, which I didn't check where my viewers are exactly, if you are from Taiwan, just leave a comment and say how exactly life is there and what to expect from the future. And if I miss something great on this map that everybody should see if they go in Taiwan. So yeah, until next time, check my other videos, especially the Los Angeles one, because that still I think is my best work. I really like it. I didn't expect to like it that much, especially when you hear those horror stories about Los Angeles, but what I saw there was great. So yeah, see you next time.